what may or may not get done today. So that was cool. I feel like today is a very crouchy kind of day. Hi, I'm Sock Marionette, doing business as bargain counter argument, and I'm a middle-aged lady in a tiara talking about books and related issues. It's another kind of cold, rainy fall day. I'd say gloomy. For some people it would be, but this is actually my favorite kind of weather. And that makes it a great day to get stuff done. Or a great day to stay inside and just stay cozy AF. So I think I have a few refinements and things I want to do. I don't know if I'm going to do them all today. But yeah, it's actually fairly late. It's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I got up around 8:30, finished breakfast at 9. So I haven't had lunch yet because we're just not hungry yet. I think we're just going to have a salad. I already made a salad to have as a side salad with something, but it ended up being bigger than I expected. So we're probably just going to add some tuna and some hard-boiled eggs to it. We have cheese croissant to have on the side, so probably just have a salad lunch, which is like a nice thing to do. So I'm going to do the walkthrough so we can take a look at what may or may not get done today. Okay, so here we are in my beloved sitting room. I can now reach the food tree, so I was able to plug that in. It's coming along quite nicely here. I've got most of the extra stuff out, so it's just like little things here and there that need to be dealt with. So, like down here, I have some bags that need to be sorted. I need to figure out where I'm going to put that copy of The Attic Child by Lola J. I might just leave it there because I want to read that. Of course, I have a lot of library books and things I need to read as well. The stuffed animals are all looking really smug because before they were looking smug because there was a mess and they didn't have to deal with it. And now they're looking smug because there was a mess, it's been dealt with, and they feel like they can take at least partial credit for doing the heavy looking on, I guess. Anyway, so there, I don't know if you can tell just how kind of cozy it is in here compared to outside. Let's see, there were a couple of other things. That tall vase with the peonies, that actually belongs in the bedroom, but it goes in a corner that I'm going to be doing some work on, and that's a very old vase, and I don't want to break it, so it's just hanging out in here, trying to be safe. Under the throw pillow, I'll show you what's under the throw pillow. These are some Harlequin magazines from the 70s that I got on eBay for not very much money. They each have a full-length novel, some recipes, housekeeping tips, profiles of Harlequin authors, that kind of thing. I'm not sure where I'm going to keep those yet, so they're just hanging out in here. And as you can see, after all the shenanigans, the couch definitely needs to be vacuumed, so that's another project. But I'll probably do that like basically at the very end, because who knows what's going to happen between now and when this room is completely tidied. There's that picnic basket, which actually holds like filming equipment and stuff. It's not going to stay there. I'm not sure where it's going to go. Behind it is a broom that actually goes in. That's a closet over there. That's where the broom goes. It's just out here because I keep grabbing for it, and it's just more convenient to have it out there. As you can see, the book trough is stacked high with romantic suspense, especially Nora Roberts. I do have plans for those, but not right this second. So the sitting room is a lot more inviting, because before it was not even that it was uninviting, it was that it was like totally unusable except as a giant closet. Okay, now we're in my bedroom. I have all the curtains closed at the moment to make filming a little easier. It's the usual state of affairs with the bed. The laptop's hanging out, the bed's kind of untidy. That's fine. At least that's what I'm telling myself. The TV is hanging out at the foot of the bed. Mostly we're doing okay in here. Maybe if I turn on the overhead light. The overhead light, for some reason, reads as very kind of cold on camera. It's not like that in person. I don't know what that's about. We have the little tray table. It's got a whole bunch of things on it. Those are birthday presents that I got. And I want to do a video in which I show what I got and express my appreciation for the people who sent me gifts and for the people who sent me greetings online. I got a lot of really nice comments on Instagram and Discord, and also I think a few people left comments on YouTube as well, and I appreciate that all. It was just really, really nice. And also I like the way they just sort of trickled in over several days, and that's just lovely because it was just like, oh, it's my birthday. And then it was like, oh, here's somebody wishing me a happy birthday like a couple of days later. And then a few days after that. It was wonderful. I just really enjoyed that. You know, people talk about having a birthday week or a birthday month. I always felt like I couldn't really have a birthday month because my birthday is on the first of the month. But now I kind of know what that's like. That's how the new shelves are looking these days. Those are pretty good, but I think I'm going to do some more rearranging in terms of what books are on those shelves. I mean, the basic logic is there. The fall tree continues to be illuminated. I have a little basket of stuffed animals visiting. This corner is a little chaotic at the moment, and I do want to do some stuff to arrange those books because I'm not super happy with how they ended up, and there's a pile of stuff on the floor that needs to be sorted and attended to. So anyway, I think my priority for today is, if I feel up to it, if I actually want to like do a full video, is work on the birthday video. Other than that, I've reached the stage in the whole project where I can just do a couple of things at a time. I think I mentioned before that when I walk past my sitting room, which is like how I get to anything else in this house, I just pick up a couple of things and shelve them or decide where they're going to go. Yeah. The other thing is once I have done a video about my birthday gifts, I can start using them and or storing them depending. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the tray table, because I think what's going to happen is the cart that the TV is on, when I'm not using the TV itself goes under the bed. And I think I'm going to put the cart over there. Anyway, so I have plenty of things I can do or not do. Hi, it's Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. So a couple of days after that last clip. And it is an overcast, chilly fall day here in Connecticut. It's a great day to get stuff done. And at the same time, it is a great day for cozy maxing. So I've got my nice, soft, fuzzy sweater, and I have a candle, Falling Leaves from Trader Joe's, that Kristen of the Never Ending TBR in Kristen's Corner got me for my birthday, along with some other things, including this tiara. So thank you so much, Kristen. I have recorded... Okay, I hadn't burned this candle before, so sometimes they can be a little slow starting. Anyhow, so I recorded my video about my birthday. So that's something I need, since it's spaced out on what I'm supposed to do today or what I can do today. So that needs to be edited. It's probably not going to require too much in the way of editing, and I'm probably not going to post it until Thursday or Friday. I have my coffee with some pumpkin spice creamer in it. It's my third cup of the day. It's about 10:30 and I woke up about 3 hours ago. I've been feeling kind of lethargic. Yesterday was, or actually early this morning, was trash and recycling pickup. Yesterday was when we put that stuff out. And my mom put that out, which I much appreciated. So I was lounging around waiting for them to pick up the recycling. They'd already done the trash. And then as soon as I heard them doing it, I jumped out of bed, where I was definitely cozy maxing, and ran downstairs to bring the bins in. So that's what made me get moving. So I don't know how much I'm going to do before 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, of course, is midweek motivation, my Wednesday live stream, where I host reading productivity, napping sprints, whatever you want to do. And in between, I talk about books and related topics. Today's going to be a book haul because I went to a book sale, library sale in Newington, Connecticut on Saturday. And when I did that, on the way home, I got some groceries. So I don't think I need to do any more grocery shopping this week. I got some croissants, and I went to Walmart, and our Walmart has started carrying some Mexican pastries or Latin American inspired pastries. They had conchas. These are, oh, actually, I have my conchas coffee mug. Conchas are a kind of a raised bread pastry sweet. They look like this. They do like a crackle glazing on top, crackle with like a, not exactly a glazing, it's like a powdery substance. They're really good. We used to have them all the time when I was a little girl and we lived in Santa Barbara. And I found this coffee mug last year that celebrates conchas, so I bought it. Anyway, they had conchas, so I got some of those and we finished them. And they had these little strudel bites that were guava and cheese. They're so good. They're good just like the strudel dough itself is good. The strudel pastry part of it is good, but the filling is awesome. Like I said, guava and cheese. I think we have one of those left, but we have other things we can have for breakfast, so I don't have to run out to the store to get that stuff. So yeah, yesterday I didn't do any videos or photographs or anything yesterday because I wanted to just not have to worry about that and just enjoy my outing, because my mother and I went on an outing. My birthday, as I may have mentioned on more than one occasion, like earlier in this clip, was on the 1st of November. And we had a lot of stuff going on. And so I did pick up some cake, but we didn't like have a special lunch or anything. So we decided to go to the shore, the Connecticut shoreline on Long Island Sound. And so there's this place called Bill's Seafood in Westbrook, which we really like. So we went there, and on the way we stopped off at Pandemonium, which is a thrift store I started to say thrift shop, and then I changed it to thrift store, and I ended up sounding like Sean Connery. Don't know what that's all about. Anyway, so we stopped at Pandemonium in Deep River, which is this funky thrift store. And I was picking up some things. I'm doing a stocking stuffer swap. Is facilitated by Ambi Crafts Reads, and my swap partner and I have been emailing back and forth and just having a grand old time that way. And so I wanted to go in there and see if I could find anything that she might like or that other people might like. And I found a few things. I'm very happy with what I found, and going to talk about that a little bit during the midweek motivation, which is, I'll put a link in the description, because I think I'm going to host that this afternoon, and I'm not going to post this video until later, maybe even several days later. I haven't decided yet if this is just going to be like a chaotic vlog of my week or what. Chaotic in the sense of how I'm filming it. My week itself isn't particularly chaotic. Anyway, we had a nice time down at the shore, and we took the scenic road back so we could look at, there's still a few leaves on the trees, so that was nice. So that was cool. That was a nice outing, and I didn't want to stop and take pictures and video as I was going. So yeah. Let's see, what else did I do? Oh, I finished a book. I finished King Sorrow by Joe Hill. It's a chonker. It's like almost 900 pages. Did it need to be that long? Probably not. Did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. I think he was doing a lot of ideas at once. And I maybe would have preferred it if he had concentrated on some specific ideas in more detail rather than more scattershot. I mean, there is a lot of detail. Like the character of Colin, I would have liked to have kind of explored that character more, and maybe I was a little less interested in like Allie. I liked Gwen. Arthur, I feel like all of those characters were good. Allie and Van, I thought were a little kind of not very interesting to me. But Donna, Arthur, Gwen, and Colin, I found very interesting, and I kind of wish that it had either just been those four, or, yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I did enjoy it, though. Not going to lie about that. And I don't mind a long book. I enjoy a long book. Speaking of, book I started now is this one that's a chonker. This is The End of the World as We Know It. And it is actually an anthology, so it's a chonker of short stories. New Tales of Stephen King's The Stand, which is, I love that book so. Talk about long. As usual, I don't have my reading glasses handy. I'm trying to read who edited it. Edited by Christopher Golden and Brian Keene. And there's an introduction by Stephen King, but he didn't contribute any a story. However, we get stories from Tananarive Due, writing with Stephen, is that his name? I think he's her husband. Stephen, I can't read his last name. Anyway, I believe they're married. Barnes, maybe? Yeah, Barnes. I think they're married, and they collaborate frequently. I think that's who that is. And one of these is by Wayne Brady, working with Marcus Brodus, or Mark Brodus. Is it Marcus or Mark? But Wayne Brady, yes. And I was like, that Wayne Brady? Name That Tune, that Wayne Brady, and yeah, Marcus Brodus, that Wayne Brady. I haven't read it. I've read the first couple of stories, one of which was by Caroline Kepnes, who wrote You, and one was by, what is her name? Meg Gardner. I almost said Lisa Gardner, but this is Meg Gardner. And one by Rath James White. And so I'm enjoying them so far. I found out about it from another YouTuber whose name I can't remember, but I'll link the video in the description. Hopefully. Here's my little hand gesture so I know to put something there. Let's see. So that's kind of more reading today. The last couple, 2-3 weeks while I've been working on all of this book organization and rearranging, I haven't actually read that many books. I really got moving on King's Sorrow because it's an in-demand book and it's due on the 14th, so just a couple of days from now, and somebody's waiting for it, so I was like, I gotta get moving on that, and I did enjoy it. However, after all of this, like handling books and thinking about books and organization and holding up each book and does it spark joy and where do I want to put it, where, you know, that kind of thing, I haven't really been reading a whole lot. Because what I've been doing when I'm done with that for the day, because I've been doing this for like 2-3 hours every day for like 2 or 3 weeks, what I feel most like doing is just listening to podcasts and playing solitaire on my laptop. So, which is kind of a nice way to unwind, but it's not getting the books read. But I don't want to read books just to read books. I want to read books because I'm enjoying them. That's kind of where I am in life. Where I've always been in life. Okay, so I'm going to take us to the sitting room and talk about what I might be doing during the sprints today during midweek motivation. Okay, continuing with the theme of cozy maxing, I lit the fall tree. There are more stuffed animals and dolls on the couch than there used to be. They're cozy maxing. Now, I brought you in here to show you this shelf. The original plan was for this whole bookcase to be the horror collection. You can see it is on the bottom 3 shelves. The top shelf is miscellaneous science fiction and more cuddle toys. But I realized the horror collection's not going to fit. So I'm going to take a moment to get you into the other room so you can see what the plan is. So here is the new bookshelf setup. And on this shelf here, that's all dark and spicy romance. This shelf, the top shelf, is library books. They're separated into 2 groups because they're borrowed from different library consortiums. So I want to keep track of that so I can return them. I mean, I can return them anywhere in the state, but I like to get them back into their consortium rather than having to have a bunch of libraries talk to each other. And then below that, we have a couple of shelves of historical fiction that isn't romance necessarily. And then the bottom shelves are horror and science fiction that I hauled recently during midweek motivation. And what's going to happen is I think the science fiction will fit on that bookshelf, that bookcase in the sitting room. And then the horror is going to come in here. And I'll probably need to move some of the historical fiction. I am going to burn that bridge when I get to it. So that's basically what's happening today. I cleared off the tray table, and I'm probably at some point going to work on this cart that doesn't really have a whole lot on it. Probably do that during midweek motivation as well. And stuffed animals, laptops sitting on the bed as per usual. And yeah, so that's the state of the state. And I forgot to talk about the niche. That's another thing I can work on. I need to put some little lights on the branch. So that's going to be a finicky piece of work, as well as just tidy up the space in general. So I have a lot of things I can do today. I'm not going to get it all done, and that's fine. But I have a lot to choose from when I actually go to do things. Okay, so it's just about 24 hours later. I'm in the sitting room next to the food tree and kind of trying to cram myself into shot. After the live stream yesterday, I was a little tired. I don't even know where my lens is. There it is. After the live stream yesterday, I was a little on the tired side, and then Tara and B had the Tea and Biscuits Book Club Sprints meeting, so I did that, and I didn't record any more clips, and I have got a foot owie. I think I have some, I don't know, tendonitis or something, and so I'm kind of babying that foot. I've got my hot water bottle. I'm cozy maxing in the sitting room and about to start a second live stream. This is a Thursday live stream. This is an irregular live stream. It's not part of my regularly scheduled live streams. Anna's going to be joining me, and we just kind of decided to do this morning. So that'll be fun. And I'm just trying to take it easy. Somewhere around here, I have my book of short stories, The End of the World as We Know It. Stories inspired by The Stand by Stephen King. I have no idea where I'm supposed to be looking, because usually I don't actually look directly at the lens because it makes me feel weird and kind of confrontational, but I don't know. Let me know. This is probably slightly off kilter. Anyway, so yeah, we're about to start that in just a few minutes, and yeah. I do have some organizational type things I can do from a sitting position, like cleaning up that niche in the other room, the niche, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know if I'm going to get to that today or not. I also really do need to edit my birthday wrap up. Yeah, get to that sooner or later. Okay, that's it for now. I feel like today is a very crouchy kind of day. Yeah, so we're in the middle of our first sprint, but it's a long sprint. It's like 42 minutes or something. And I decided to come in here and take care of the niche. And I did. And I did the really fiddly part, which was putting the new lights that my sister gave me for Christmas. The new lights that my sister gave me for my birthday. I put them on this thing. This is a branch I found in the storm drain outside my neighbor Lorraine's house a few years ago, and I just hang different ornaments on it depending on the time of year. And right now I've got a bunch of brown ornaments on it for fall. I actually have orange and gold as well, but I haven't put them on there. So I got that done, and I did the rest of the niche and niche, whatever. And I'll flip. My camera's not very steady. Okay. Yeah, I'll flip the camera around and show that. I think I'm actually going to call this my last clip of the day, because I want to get it edited, get it out there, and yeah. So this was covered several days and was a little more chaotic than I usually do these things, and that's fine. It was an experiment. I'm not unhappy with it, with my experience of it. And I think I'll be okay with it when I watch it back as well. So anyway, yeah. So thank you so much for your attention in this. I don't know. How am I signing off here? So, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, or don't. I am not the boss of you. And I hope you have a good day or night and enjoy some lovely outro music while I show what the tidied up niche looks like.